If you thought part 1 was bad, just wait until you see these disasters. From first pitches that went straight into the dirt to ones that nearly hit the crowd, these are the most embarrassing moments ever seen on an MLB mound. This is part 2 of our countdown, covering the top 5 worst first pitches in MLB history. Stick around because number 1 is so bad it became legendary. Let's get into it. 5. Baba Booey. When it comes to horrific first pitches, few have been mocked, replayed, and laughed at more than Baba Booey's infamous disaster in 2009. For those that don't know, Baba Booey is the longtime nickname of Gary Dell'Abate, the producer of The Howard Stern Show. He's a radio legend, but when it comes to baseball, his skills were nowhere to be found. On May 9, 2009, Dell'Abate was given the honor of throwing out the first pitch before a New York Mets versus Pittsburgh Pirates game at Citi Field. As a lifelong Mets fan, this should have been a dream come true. Leading up to the moment, Dell'Abate talked a big game on the radio, hyping up his upcoming first pitch. He even practiced beforehand, trying to ensure he wouldn't embarrass himself on the mound. But as soon as he took the field, his nerves kicked in. Wearing a Mets jersey with his signature Baba Booey nickname on the back, he walked up to the mound. Everything looked fine until he actually let go of the ball. Instead of throwing a solid pitch toward home plate, he completely misfired. The ball didn't just go wide, it went way wide, veering so far off course that it nearly hit an umpire standing near the first baseline. The catcher didn't even bother reaching for it. He just turned his head, watching in confusion as the ball sailed far outside the strike zone into another zip code. From the moment the ball left his hand, the crowd at Citi Field erupted in laughter and groans. Even the Mets catcher couldn't believe what had just happened, giving Dell'Abate a look of pure confusion as if to say, "Dude, what was that?" It was clear to everyone in the stadium, and millions watching later, that this was one of the worst first pitches ever thrown. Once the clip hit the internet, Dell'Abate's first pitch became an instant classic. The Howard Stern Show crew absolutely ripped him apart for weeks, playing the clip on repeat and laughing at his horrendous form. ESPN, MLB Network, and late-night talk shows couldn't resist making fun of it. Mets fans never let him live it down, calling it the worst first pitch ever thrown at Citi Field. Number 4. Carly Rae Jepsen. Pop sensation Carly Rae Jepsen, best known for her 2012 mega hit Call Me Maybe, had the honor of throwing out the first pitch before a Tampa Bay Rays game on July 14, 2013 at Tropicana Field. Fans were excited to see her take the mound, but nobody could have predicted just how disastrously funny her throw would be. Jepsen walked onto the field looking cheerful and excited, rocking a Rays jersey, ripped jeans, and a big smile. She waved to the crowd, clearly in a great mood, and it seemed like this would be just another routine celebrity first pitch. But the moment she raised her arm to throw, everything fell apart in the most hilarious way possible. As she wound up to throw, something went horribly wrong. The ball slipped out of her hand mid-throw, resulting in a weak, awkward-looking release. Instead of traveling toward home plate, the ball dropped straight to the ground, barely making it 2 feet in front of her. The catcher, who was fully prepared to receive a pitch, could only watch in confusion as the ball bounced off the dirt and rolled away. To make it even funnier, the ball actually hit her own foot on the way down. Carly Rae Jepsen couldn't help but burst into laughter right away. She covered her face, giggled uncontrollably, and shrugged it off, proving that at least she had a good sense of humor about it. Carly Rae Jepsen may have dominated the music charts, but on the baseball field, she delivered one of the greatest accidental comedy moments in sports. Number 3. Mayor Bill de Blasio. Some first pitches are bad because of the throw, while others are bad because of the crowd reaction. Bill de Blasio's first pitch in 2021 was both. On September 14, 2021, the former New York City mayor stepped onto the mound at the Mets Stadium, ready to throw out the ceremonial first pitch before a Mets vs. Cardinals game. But instead of cheers, he was met with an avalanche of boos. The moment he was introduced, Mets fans erupted in outrage, mercilessly booing him louder than any politician had ever been booed on a baseball field. It was so bad that you'd think he was wearing a Dodger jersey instead of Mets gear. Then came the pitch itself, and somehow it managed to be just as terrible as the crowd's reaction. De Blasio, who stands at 6'5", should have had at least some power behind his throw, but instead, he lobbed one of the slowest, weakest first pitches ever recorded. The fans were already mad before the pitch. They were furious afterward. The moment the ball weakly dribbled toward the plate, the entire stadium let loose with a deafening chorus of boos. Even New Yorkers who don't care about baseball probably heard the crowd's reaction from across the Bronx. It was so loud and relentless that de Blasio didn't even try to play it off. He just walked off the mound, probably wishing he had never agreed to do this. The internet had a field day with this disaster. Some of the funniest takes included, "The Yankees should sign de Blasio to pitch for the Red Sox after that performance. That throw had about as much effort as his time as mayor. New Yorkers will never forgive him for this." Even former NYC Mayor Rudy Giuliani took to Twitter to mock de Blasio's throw, sarcastically saying that it was the perfect representation of his time in office. And now, we arrive at number 2 on our list for the worst first pitch ever. Number 2. 50 Cent. At Citi Field on May 27, 2014, the rap icon, known for his tough persona and chart-topping hits like Into Club, walked onto the mound wearing a New York Mets jersey and cap. 50 Cent, real name Curtis Jackson, took his position on the pitcher's mound. The stadium crowd was hyped, expecting something at least halfway decent. After all, he's an athlete in his own right, known for his boxing background and ripped physique. How bad could it really be? Well, very, very bad. As he wound up to throw, everything looked fine, until the moment he actually released the ball. Instead of heading anywhere near the catcher's mitt, the ball veered wildly to the left, missing home plate by a ridiculous margin. It wasn't just a little off target. It was so bad that the ball nearly hit a cameraman standing way off to the side near the first baseline. The pitch was so far off course that even the Mets catcher barely reacted, simply watching in disbelief as the ball sailed in the wrong direction. Even the New York Mets official Twitter account joined in on the fun, posting a clip of the throw with the caption, "And just like that, Fitty is now a knuckleballer." After the game, 50 Cent tried to play it off, joking in an interview that his arm was injured from too much, self-love. Let's just say he wasn't talking about baseball practice. He later admitted that he had no clue how to properly throw a baseball and that he didn't take it seriously at all. Despite the horrific accuracy, 50 Cent embraced the embarrassment, even incorporating the moment into his brand. Years later, he posted the clip himself, laughing alongside the fans who still bring it up today. In fact, the fail became so iconic that Topps made a baseball card commemorating his disastrous pitch, making it officially part of MLB history. Number 1. Mariah Carey. When it comes to the worst first pitch in baseball history, no one has managed to top Mariah Carey's legendary disaster in 2008 at the Tokyo Dome during an MLB exhibition game. The pop icon, known for her incredible vocal range and diva energy, took the field with her usual glamorous presence, but absolutely no baseball skills to back it up. Dressed in a tight-fitting pink crop top, designer jeans, and a pair of towering high heels, Mariah strutted confidently onto the mound, waving to the fans like she was about to perform a hit single. As Mariah prepared to throw, it became immediately clear that she had no intention of actually delivering a real pitch. With zero athletic motion, she loosely flicked the baseball forward with the most effortless, delicate toss imaginable. Instead of traveling anywhere near home plate, the ball plopped straight onto the ground, barely making it 5 feet in front of her. The catcher, standing far behind the plate, ready for a real pitch, had to walk forward just to retrieve the ball, looking completely confused by what had just happened. To make matters even funnier, Mariah seemed completely unbothered by the whole thing. She laughed it off, struck a glamorous pose, and continued waving and blowing kisses to the crowd as if she had just nailed a perfect strike. Social media roasted the throw for years, calling it the most diva first pitch in history. Even to this day, Mariah Carey's first pitch remains undefeated as the absolute worst in MLB history. Final verdict? Mariah Carey redefined what a first pitch fail looks like. And that wraps up the countdown of the top 5 worst first pitches in MLB history. From Baba Booey's wild throw to Mariah Carey's non-existent pitch, these moments prove that even celebrities can completely embarrass themselves on the field. Which pitch do you think was the worst? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, check it out now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more epic sports moments. We'll see you in the next one.